After learning about Prolog, let's go and see another type of programming language which is called Lisp. Okay, let's try to understand that particular language, Lisp. Now, what is Lisp? So, Lisp is the second oldest high level programming language after Fortran. So, Fortran is the first oldest high level language that was used. Lisp is the second oldest high level language after Fortran and has changed a great deal since its early days. And a number of deletes has exist over his history. Today is the most widely known general purpose Lisp are common Lisp or scheme. Okay, so let's go to the Lisp and try to understand. So what is a feature of Lisp? First feature is a machine independent language. If you have creating a program using Lisp, you can run it in any type of environment. Second says that it uses iterative design methods and easy extensible. It allow updating the program dynamically. It provide high level debugging. It provide advanced object oriented programming. It provide a convenient macro system. It provide wide range data type like object, structure, list, vector, adjustable array, hash table, and symbols. It is expression based. It provide an object oriented condition system. It provide a complete IO library, and it provide extensive control structure. Now, why we are learning Lisp actually? So you can see here the large successful application built in Lisp is uh, AMAC, G2, AutoCAD, Eager, Yahoo Store. So all these are you can see the different application that has been built in Lisp. So Lisp is not only the language which will tell us that how we can write the program. Even we can build different software from the Lisp. And Lisp is object oriented programming, you can say. So about the object oriented programming, we'll talk about in the next class. Today we'll just see what is the syntax of the Lisp and how we can write some code into the Lisp. Okay. So to using the Lisp, we can use the extension of the program of the Lisp is .lisp or .lsp. Okay. So जैसे C और C++ को कैसे यूज करते हैं .c और .c++, वैसे ही what we can use .lisp or .lsp, right? Now let's see some of the program, how my program will look like. Now Lisp program run either on interpreter or as a compiled code. So we can use both. I can write only one line. I don't have to write the whole main and hash define and all those things like C. I just write one line and I just get the output of it. Now let's see this. It's a simple program. It says that plus 7, 9, 11. So what we'll understand by this particular statement, we understand that we have to add 7 with 9 and the result will be added to 11. Means ultimately we have to add all these values. Now, one thing that you have to understand is in the list, whatever equation or whatever mathematical arithmetic operation will perform, it always perform in a prefix notation. So in a data structure, you might have learned about prefix, postfix, and infix notation. So here, whatever equation we have to write in the form of prefix notation. Okay. So if you'll see this example, here it is written plus 7, 9, 11. Means it is not written like 7 plus 9 plus 11. It is written in that way. I have the compiler also to run the LISP program. This is the compiler where we can write the LISP program. And whatever program will write in the form inside the bracket. So inside the bracket, your will be there. We'll just execute it. We'll get the result here. Okay. It has been. We haven't write anything to write something, right? So we have to put write also. Write is a function which will write something into the console. So we have to use write. So I'm using write here. And we have to put this write into the bracket. So जो भी आप लोगों को आउटपुट लेना है, you have to write like this. अभी ये कंसोल में आ जाएगा यहाँ पे. See, you can write, you can see the output. Okay, you can write in this way also. Let's see whether it is working or not. I'm just writing. Okay, there is some syntax, I think. Should occur pairwise. Okay, let's see the syntax of write, then we can put some values. Okay, we have to use plus. Okay, like this. We can write anything like this. So I think इस तरह से लिखना पड़ेगा. Output is 7 in that way. Why it is using bracket. Single quote. It's not working. We have to put the string into the double quote. Okay, so this is your list how we can write the equation. अभी यहाँ पर एक और इक्वेशन है जो कि यहाँ पर आप लोगों को दिख रहा होगा like this. If you have a equation like this, a into b plus c divided by d, so first you have to change this visa infix notation to the prefix notation. So prefix notation में इस तरह से दिखेगा. अभी आप लोग क्या कर सकते हो, इस एक्सप्रेशन को यूज कर सकते हो. वैसे ही अगर आपका ये सिंपल इक्वेशन है, इसको अपने को पहले किस में चेंज करना है, वी हैव टू चेंज इट टू द prefix notation. So the prefix of this will be this, and then you can calculate it. So first what it is doing is it is going to the inner bracket and it is doing 9 divided by 5 because it is an integer operation. So 9 divided by 5 will give you the value 1. And then we have to go to 1 into 60. It will be 60. Or what is the inner one? Is the inner one? Yes. So 9 divided by 5, it will be 1. So 1 into 60, it will be 60. 60 plus 32, it is, but it is giving you the value 40. So in which way we are doing it? Okay. So first we are doing a multiplication with 9 and then we are dividing with 5. Can we do that? So first we are multiplying with 9 with 60. So 60 is multiplied with 9 and then divided by 5 and then there is a addition with 32. In that way the thing is happening. Because it is in the prefix, it is difficult to find out what should be the sequence. Okay, we can write keyword or we can write line keyword. Okay, so write line will also print anything in one line. So write line is also working here. I say it is printing in one line and then the output, the next value will go to the second line, I think. So the 140 should go to the second line after that. Or let's see. Yes, it is going to the second line. Okay. Okay, let's see some more thing related to basic syntax in the list. So definitely we have to use bracket whenever we use anything. So in the list program are made of three basic building block: atom, list, and string. So we can use anything which is called atom or list or so, and we have to use the bracket. Okay, or we can use this string also in the form of a string also, or we can use just without the bracket also in the form of a simple atom. Adding comments, this is how we can add some comments with symbol semicolon, by which we can add two or more comments. Right. Let's see some basic operations related to list. There are some data types that is there: number type, character type, symbol type. Example: list, vector, bit vector, or a string type. There are different data types specified here. See, all these are the different data types. Create a new source code file, name main.lisp, and type the following code on it. Okay, let's go to variable. Global variable that we have to, for example, gf variable x, write x. When you click the execute button or type a Lisp, execute it immediately, and result return is 234. So how we can declare the global variable? This is the way. dfvar will give you the global variable. Since there is no data type declare for variable in Lisp, you directly specify a value for a symbol with setQ construct. So setQ x10. So x value will be 10. The above expression assign the value 10 to the variable x. You can refer the variable using the symbol itself as an expression. Symbol value function allow you to extract the value stored at the symbol stored place. Okay, so we can set some variable like this. So x will be set by initialized by 10, y will be initialized by 20. There is some keywords like format t. It will give you x, the value of x and y. Here also it will give you the value of x and y. When you click the execute button, it immediate and result the return x equal to and y equal to in that. Let's see this. So what we are doing here is we are setting some variable. Here it will give you some value x equal to y equal to, and here also it will give you some value x equal to y equal to. Just like your printf, how you can write printf, you can write some variable and you can use some percentage symbol. Here we doesn't have to use percentage. Yeah, here we have to use tilt symbol and then 2 and d. D is for the integers. Let's execute it. We'll get the value x equal to 10, y equal to 20, then x equal to 100, y equal to 200 in that way. So if you know one language, you can easily understand other languages also. So this is about different variables. Let's go to the some constant. How you can define some constant? You have to use def constant keyword. Okay. df1 construct is used for define a function. We'll look into the function chapter in this define function. We'll see later on also. See, based on Lisp, actually Python has been created. So the Python language, the base of the Python language is Lisp. Here we have the interpreter as in the form of compiler also. So that's why both are working very well. Now here, how you can define the constant value and how we can define the function also, that is there in this particular program. This def const will define a constant value pi like your hash define. So the pi value is 3.141592. Then we'll define a function. Area circle is the function. It will take one argument rad, which is a radius. Then there is a variable called trpri, and will print the value of rad, which is a radius, and we'll find out how we can find out the area. We can find out the area by radius into radius and into, so 2, so pi r square it will be, right? So pi and the r square, and the function will be called like this. So what we are giving radius as a 10. So the radius is 10. And then what is that? trpri. What is that? This must be some sort of keyword here. produce the new line can be called with no argument. So TERPRI is to producing the new line. Okay, it will do nothing, but it will put some new line on the output. Let's see how it is working. So this program is very simple. Here we have we can find out the radius, and this printing is in that way, and we can find out the area. It is printing in that way. Okay, and if we'll not write this, then also we'll get the output. There is no issue on that. But here we doesn't have to. It is not printing one line, right? And if we use this TER, what is that? TERPRI. So it is printing actually one line. So you can see here radius is having one line. So it is for that purpose only. Instead, we can write I think this will also work. Too few argument. Achha. Okay. See, it is also printing one line. So you are getting it. So this is a very simple language. You can see if we have to define a constant variable, we have to use a keyword def constant. It with the full form is define constant. If you want to define a function, you have to use def fun and the function name and what parameter you want to put it and how you can call this particular function. You can call this particular function in this way. And everything you have to put in the bracket, so it is written in the form of list.